Hello everyone and welcome to week 7 of Com 130. This week we are working on the second half of our magazine spread. We're going to be doing our critiques with our critique report due by the first due date. We'll come to class, have a work session, and then your final will be due by our second due date. The critique report can start as early as Saturday. As soon as people have their drafts uploaded to VoiceThread, go ahead and start critiquing. A reminder of your minimum expectations for VoiceThread. You need to be actively engaged in interacting with your peers. You need to participate on at least 3 different days. That could be Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Whenever you have time within the time frame of Saturday to Wednesday, you need to participate on 3 different days. Respond to questions that people ask about your project, about questions that they have on their own project, and look for ways to help many of your classmates. That's why we're doing these critiques so that we can help each other progress and better our projects. As you are giving feedback, you need to give feedback to at least 3 of your peers. So 3 different days, 3 different people. Explain what they did well and provide specific feedback on how they can improve. It's always nice to hear a compliment, but it's even better to have a problem identified and then have a possible solution. So make sure that all of those parts are in your feedback. As you are using VoiceThread, please talk. Use the talking feature. Don't type in your comments. And as you are talking, use the draw over feature. It's much easier to see what someone is talking about when they can show you on the screen. So talk in VoiceThread and use the draw over feature as well. If one of your peers already has 3 comments, please pick someone else to critique. This way it spreads out the critique, that everyone gets feedback, everyone has something to work on, and everyone feels like their project has been validated in some way. So if someone already has 3 comments, go ahead and find someone else to critique. 3 is the magic number here. 3 different days, 3 different peers, and if someone already has 3 comments, pick someone else. Throughout the week, as we are working on our critiques, go ahead and make improvements to your projects. As you make improvements, do not delete old voice threads. This gets rid of comments that your peers have made, and it makes it difficult for me to be able to grade their comments when they are all gone. So instead, go ahead and upload a new thread to the original voice thread. So upload your new draft to the original thread. It will be placed in front, and then you can get feedback on your new project without deleting your peers' original comments, okay? So upload it to your original voice thread. As you go throughout your critiques, you have this report template to fill out. A reminder, it looks like this. You're going to need to give me the name, the date, and the link to the comment that you made for your 3 different people. If you did more than 3, that's great. I highly encourage it, but you only need to list 3. And then tell me when you participated and a brief description of what you did. If you did not participate on one day, just be honest and say that you didn't participate. And then down here, give me your plan of action. What feedback did you get? How did it help? Were you able to figure out the tool that you were confused about? Did someone provide better insight to how to use your photo or how to use the text wrap tool more effectively? Anything like that. Give me a brief synopsis of feedback and what you're going to do based on that feedback from here. Then you will save this document as a PDF and submit it in Canvas by our first due date. Then when we come to class, we will have a work session. We'll be able to talk in groups. We're going to go over all the minimum requirements since there are quite a few for this project. So bring your working draft to class so that you have something to work on while we are in class. We will also do the instructor personal critiques. So bring your draft, be prepared to work, to get questions answered, to get feedback from classmates and things like that. Then the final will be due by our second due date. As you're going through your project, make sure you have the minimum requirements because that is worth 72% of your grade. look at not only these good examples, but other magazines of good examples, how they create flow through various pages, how they create continuity through 3 different pages, how they make 2 different pages, aka a spread, work really well together by being fluid and feeling like it's one view instead of 2 separate pages. Reminder of your minimum expectations. You need 3 pages, one of which is a spread. Make sure it's 8 by 10 portrait. It means that it is tall and not long. You have at least 2 or more columns, that your article was found on lds.org or byuiscroll.org. That at the end of your article, you put continue reading on page. If your article doesn't fit on the whole 3 pages, which is fine, you just need to say continue reading on and then make up a page number. You need to have at least 3 or more subheadings throughout the article that you have inserted. You need to have your pull quote that is designed well, 2 relevant images that have been shot by you this semester and are relevant to the topic of your article. You need at least 1 word wrap, either around an image or a shape. It doesn't have to be super crazy or fancy, but you do need to have a word wrap. Then make sure you have consistent headings and body copy and size and text and color and placement, and that your typography is contrasting. Go ahead and look at the announcements to see the chart that we went over in class when we learned about typography, and you can make sure that your fonts are contrasting in a good way. And then we will be turning in part 2 of the project report. You are going to need to update the attribution section. If you've changed your photos or if you changed your article or anything like that, make sure that you update that attribution here. Give me an explanation of your target audience appeal. We've already identified the audience in part 1, but tell me how you really made this design work for them. Tell me about your main design decisions as you were going through. Maybe some things that you problem solved, etc. And then your design analysis. How did you use proximity, alignment, repetition, contrast, color, typography, and photography to really work in this magazine spread? Then you'll save part 1 and part 2 as a PDF and submit it with the final of your magazine spread. As you have questions, as you're working through your drafts and you're getting feedback and things of that nature, you go ahead and send me updated drafts. I'd love to look at them. You can stop by my office and we can chat about the progress that you're making, any questions you have about InDesign. Other than that, I will see you all later in class this week.